welcome back to Horror Flicks with Nick. Today I'm going to be reviewing Deadstream, which comes out on the 6th of October on Shudder. Deadstream is directed by Joseph and Vanessa Winter, who were tapped after this to direct a segment in VHS 99 coming out later this month. Deadstream follows a disgraced internet personality who attempts to win back his followers by live streaming one night alone in a haunted house. But when he accidentally pisses off a vengeful spirit, his big comeback event becomes a real-time fight for his life. To be totally honest, I really hated the first half of Deadstream. The YouTuber live streams in a haunted house premise has been done hundreds of times in the found footage genre. I do understand why this premise is so common. A YouTuber is the easiest explanation why a character would be constantly filming, and a haunted house is, well, a haunted house. There's lots of opportunities for ghouls, ghosts, demons, deaths, and scares. But this premise is just so lazy and overdone. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all, and this incredibly simple story really makes it hard to separate your film from the dozens and dozens of identical other films. As well, I found the YouTuber main character Swan at the heart of Deadstream extremely annoying. His YouTuber persona is a familiar one. His videos are full of quick cuts, flashing graphics, and extremely cringy jokes. Pretty much every word out of his mouth will make your eyes roll. And sure, you could argue that his character is intentionally annoying and is supposed to act as a satire or parody of the over-the-top clickbait YouTubers, but I don't think that argument holds up. This is the main character. This is the person we as an audience have to listen to and spend time with for 90 minutes straight. I had the exact same issue with Dashcam, a main character that is incredibly grating, aggravating, and hard to listen to is simply not a positive. It does not make for a pleasurable viewing experience. For the first 42 minutes of Deadstream, not a single scary or interesting event happens. This is the main issue with this type of premise. A lot of these haunted house found footage films feel like they're just stalling for time. There's no character building, no plot, no setup, no intrigue. It's just the main character exploring rooms and finding nothing, talking to the camera, watching footage back, reading comments, talking about his old videos, making really bad jokes, so on and so forth. Like I said at the start, I absolutely hated the first half of Deadstream, and I was preparing to write an extremely negative review. But then, miraculously, at the 40-minute mark, this movie flipped. Deadstream did a complete 180 and actually became a lot of fun to watch. The second half was full of scares and great suspense sequences. The use of security cams was very effective and clever as we switched between Sean's POV and the overhead looks to ramp up the tension. The one shot with the knife was one of the most creative uses of first-person POV I've seen in a while. The 3 video call-ins from his fans explaining the symbols in Latin were hilarious. The makeup and creature effects were pretty good for a smaller budget film. Sean became less annoying and more endearing. The one jump scare in the hallway was fantastic. I seriously jumped right out of my chair. There were actually quite a few really solid jump scares in the second half. The quick succession of scares reminded me a lot of Host. And speaking of comparisons, a lot of scenes also gave me strong Evil Dead vibes, which is about the strongest praise I could give to a horror film. Deadstream truly does feel like 2 entirely different movies, one good and one bad. Overall, somewhat surprisingly, I do think I would still recommend Deadstream. I did have many issues with it, especially early on. I know many will turn it off after the first half hour. It is a big ask for me to just say get through the first 40 minutes of a 90-minute movie, but for those who enjoy found footage scarefests like Host, Gonjiam Haunted Asylum, or Grave Encounters, I really think Deadstream is a worthwhile watch. It's not nearly on the level of those 3 films, but it's a fun, purposely goofy jumpscare bonanza, and after a rough start, really finds its footing and delivers on everything you expected from this type of film. Alright, and that is my review for Deadstream. As always, thank you again Shudder for letting me check this one out early. Again, Deadstream comes out on the 6th of October on Shudder. Once all of you get a chance to check this one out as well, please let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, Horror Flicks with Nick. Twice a week I post horror reviews, commentaries, and short recommendations for horror movies you should watch on Netflix and other streaming services. Thank you all for watching my review of Deadstream. I'll see you all back next week for another new horror review.